Yo, what up? So, my bad. Yo, what up? So, you already know every season what I do. I make, some settings that y'all can use. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Like, subscribe if you want more content or settings because I really like helping y'all out. So, yeah. So basically, this how this goes is I put the timestamps of what you're looking for in the description. So if you don't want to see what gameplay settings I have or video and shit, then yeah, just skip. But yeah, let's just get started into this. So for this is gonna be compact. I like compact because I don't like having so many stuff like in my face because it just looks better. So if you need it, it'll like say attach empty, and if you already have it, it says replace. And if you don't have something, it will say you already have a better stock. So it just looks cleaner because it just doesn't take up as much space. It doesn't need to show all the variants of the attachments you have. So yeah. Now button hints, I have that off. I don't know. I just like making my thing look clean. Because when you have button hints, it just shows at the bottom what your buttons are. I don't really care about that, so I have that off. Crosshair damage feedback, I put that on X. Stack damage numbers, I have that on stacking. This I have on default. This I have on. And then my minimap rotation, I like having that on because I like to see like which way I'm pointing at. So just in case I'm looking at the map and I'm not looking at like where I'm going, I like knowing like where I'm actually going like straight ahead in the map. So I like that on rotating. Empty, well, weapon auto cycle and empty, I have that off because like if you have your weapon about to empty out and you have that on auto, uh, right? Like you waste all your ammo. Of course, the first instant you have is like to click, fucking triangle. So you're not gonna be able to like be on your weapon that has no ammo. If you're just gonna like triangle when it's on, it's just gonna go back to the other weapon. So let's say you ran out of ammo and it automatically like cycles it. You're gonna be clicking it again, so it's gonna like go back to the weapon you have on. So that's why I don't recommend that on auto sprint. This should always be on. We're not talking about why I have it off. I think I was like, there's something going on. I don't know why I have that off. But yeah, you definitely need that on. Double tap sprint, I have that off. Jetpack control, have that on. On hold, I didn't say on hold because when you have it on toggle, it's just better to like control it on hold. On toggle is just like you touch it and then you can't really control it that much. It just keeps going and keeps going. Um, Damage feedback 2D to 3D. I like having as much information as where I'm getting shot from. Uh, Taking damage closes death boxes. I have that off because if you're in storm or if you're like trying to get an armor swap and they're shooting you from far away, or just shooting you in general, it's gonna take you out the box, so you might not get the armor swap because of that. Um, and now I'm gonna do this hop up the pop up. I have that off. Doesn't really care. I don't care what the hop up does when I put it on. It just tells you what hop up you have and what the hop up does in like this side right here. So it doesn't really matter. Stream mode I have off and anonymous I have off. I like knowing how much ping and stuff I have on, so I keep my display performance on and club invites. I mean, like I should just have it disabled since I already have my own, but I don't really care about it. And then Chatinopia is my favorite colorblind mode. So yeah. And now we're gonna go on to a controller. My button layout is Ninja. Everybody has different button layouts, but I do recommend you switch to Ninja if you want. It just has the best movement. If you don't have paddles, I'd use a default controller without paddles. So that's why I use that. Now stick layout, that should always be default. I don't know why you would be having it not on default. Interact reload, it should be tap to reload. I know a lot of people like to play on this one, but it doesn't matter. If you're like fighting someone right in front of you and you have your teammate down, then you are playing their shield, all you gotta do is just click the trigger to like reload. You don't have to triangle, which is to res, but all you gotta do is just click the trigger and you should be able to reload. Crouch, I play on toggle. A lot of people play on hold and say it's better, but it's really not, because when you're spamming the hold button to spam crouch, you're really just gonna be doing this. Like it looks like you're like going up and down really fast, but in reality you're actually just like standing in one position, just going left or right, while you actually duck down when you're playing on hold. I mean on toggle. Survival slot. This is everybody's different. If you don't have an heirloom and you don't like to inspect it when you're running like this, then I guess have it on so you can put your heat shields on really easily. And if you like to inspect your heirloom a lot, then you just fucking turn it off and you can inspect it with your left arrow. And to use the heat shield, you would have to like do like how people used to use the old ultimate accelerant, where you would just go in here and just use it. But yeah. Now, menu cursor speed, it should not be more than half. Nowhere between this little line right here. So from here to here, this is how long it should be. Anything below that, way too slow for you to actually like get body swaps and stuff. And now we're gonna go to my ALCs, but right now we're gonna do movement dead zone. That should be small, unless you're having a problem with your like left stick where it's literally moving for no reason. You try putting it large. If it doesn't work, then your left stick is broken. Vibration, I highly recommend play on off, because the vibration slowly messes up your aim. And inverted look, this should be never on uninverted. I mean, like, unless you're different and you like that. But my ALCs is, my dead zone will be 3. Everybody has different dead zones, so I have a video on the dead zone. So find your dead zone first, and then you can go on and put your dead zone after you find your dead zone. And then your auto threshold should be, it could be like 2 ticks off your dead zone, or exactly your dead zone. What I mean by 2 ticks off, like for example, if my dead zone's 8, then my auto threshold would have to be 6. So yeah. Response cover 7. This is a classic 7 and above is going to be classic until you get to, I think, 13 or something. But 7 is just what I like. My per optics is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.5, and then the rest is going to be 1.7. My yaw speed is going to be 500, 500, and I'm going to have an extra 10 and an extra 10 on pitch and yaw. Ramp up delay for both is going to be 20%. Now my ADS, I know I played on 500, but 400 just felt a little good again, so I switched to 400 again. So 400, 400, nothing on extra. I switch between PC and default aim assist. I don't know, I just like switching. That's just how I feel. And then obviously your aim assist should be on for both. And that's for a controller. Now we're gonna go to video. Now for your brightness, you're gonna want to go 3 ticks from the middle to the right. And your field of view is all based on how close you are to your screen. If you have a TV and you're really close, you're definitely going to be wanting to play on 110. If you're playing on a TV and it's kind of far away from you, I highly recommend you play on 100 exact or 90. And this should be off because it just makes your FOV more expand when you're like taking launch pads and stuff. So yeah, definitely have that off. But yeah, and then if you have a monitor and you're right in front of it, I recommend 106 to 110. But I like 110, so if you want to try out 110, you can most definitely do it. Sprint shake, I have that on minimal. And now to your audio. For your audio, you're obviously gonna want to have these two at max, and your dialogue I really like at 13 because I still can hear the characters completely fine, and it just doesn't interrupt my comms or my teammates' comms or like the footsteps, even though the footsteps don't work in this game, but it still helps a little bit more. And your music, this is all personal. I like having it at 17 and 10 for my lobby, and then music just in case there's like something they're telling me when they're dropping off the ship, so I don't hear the music over them. And then this, I don't really care. I just have it off. And that's really all I have for my settings. So if you want more, let me know.